What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G, with Two Gun Fixin' presents Legendary Gaming and my friends. I am with Alex. All right, so me and Alex, we just finished playing this micro game that's it's just about. It is designed by Daniel Grek, Grek, Daniel Grek, and this is Concrete Canoe Games, Concrete Canoe LLC. So this is Itty Bitty Dungeon Delve. So this is a 18-card micro game.
Right, and it felt big enough for what it was. I mean, I didn't feel like, oh, I need more cards. I felt like with the game we played, even only having, something like 8 different cards, it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it did. I know there's a few of these 18-card games on the market. I've seen a few of them. I haven't played one before now. This is the first really true little micro deck game that I've had a chance to play.
Same for me.
And I think there was enough choices. That's not really it. I want to say that, but at the same time, it's like I appreciate the size of the deck, and I understand how that actually is really good. It works well for 2 players.
Right.
So this is it. I'm comfortable with the number of the cards, but I actually do wish there was 1 or 2 other, cards that you could play with different effects.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think the game would benefit from an expansion, but at the same time, I think what's in here now has kind of the beauty of it's pretty quick to learn. I mean, we had it. It took us. The first game was definitely a learning. The first round was definitely a learning round.
Yeah.
Second round, I felt like we basically got it, and then the third and fourth round, we went through pretty smoothly.
Yeah, I think I did not. The first round, I did not like. The first round, by the time that first round was over, I'm sitting here, and Alex is right where you guys are. Alex is sitting right there with the cameras, and I'm looking up at Alex. I'm just thinking to myself, should I say something, or should I just let this play out? And ultimately, I let it play out, and I didn't say anything until a few hands later.
Yeah. But
the second round, I kind of got it. I thought I got it. In the third round, I realized that I didn't totally have it.
Right.
But I'm on track at this point moving forward.
Exactly.
So the strategy builds up interestingly because you have the cards you want to hold to score out with at the end of the 4 rounds.
Right.
But you have to use cards. And by using them, your opponent is getting to see them. And that runs the risk. You're gambling whether they're going to use a card to steal your 5-point dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
And leave you with an arrow, a 1-point arrow trap card to score with.
Yep.
Which is kind of what happened to me the last 2 rounds.
Yeah. I stuck you with a lot of arrow traps. And that's one thing I did like was it wasn't like 1s were the worst, 5s were the best. I mean, I think 2s were the worst.
Yeah, the Sunrod and the Potion.
Yeah, I mean, the Potion is like gotcha card because you can use it to make your opponent flip a card that they don't want to.
I realized that last round that the Sunrod I thought was good as a first turn card.
Right. Because
a lot of the other cards that depended on you kind of knowing where a card is, at least in your opponent or in the middle unknown deck.
Right.
So that you're going to be able to manipulate to get a chance to get that card. But the very first round, nothing is flipped.
Right.
It's all just blind. So the Sunrod, that's where the last 2 rounds I realized how that works, what its purpose is.
Yeah.
And that worked to at least let me see a card from the middle and a card from Alex right from the get-go.
Right.
But if you're not using it right away and cards are exposed, I kind of feel like you're stuck with 2 points.
It gets worse, I think, the later you get in the game, which is cool. I mean, it's cool that cards are better at certain phases. Like, I think the dragon is a really good, like, last turn card, because unless your opponent has a arrow trap, you're in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm. And it also works out because the dragon's 5 points, the most points to begin with, so you don't want to reveal them too early. So that's another part of the strategy.
Right.
Which I don't think we got the first couple of rounds.
Yeah, it took us... I didn't really get how good arrow traps were until the end of the game.
Now, I was like, oh, a dragon! That's cool, I'm going to play my dragon. What does it do? Never play a game like that. Never play like, oh, wow, look at this dragon is so cool. I'm going to play it because it's a dragon. Yeah, now he knows he got a dragon, schmuck, and he knows where the 5 points are to steal.
Yeah. And I had like 3 arrow traps to start with that last game, so... Well, not all at the same time. I had 3 at the same time, but during that whole third game, I ended up with all 4 of them. So it's cool. It comes with a double-sided, two double-sided. I guess I don't know why. It's
a logo would have been nice, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm nitpicking. So that's really cool. Teaches you, how the points go, and I thought the artwork on the cards were fun.
Yeah, I agree.
I know you can't see them too good. I'll throw up a couple of still shots up there, but like the mimic card is real. It's a really fun, but not overly childish.
Right. It's cute, but well done.
Because I don't like that. I don't like. And this is a personal thing. That's all it is. I'm not picking on anyone. I'm not attacking anyone. There's a personal opinion here. I really get turned off by games that have the really child-looking art style on it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, actually, it's why it took me so long to play Sentinels of the Multiverse. Like, personally, it's borderline.
But to me, that was different going in because looks like comic books.
Yeah, but
that's all superheroes really are. But anyway, we're getting off track here.
We're getting off track. Regardless.
So yeah, even though it is it's a little, you'd almost call it childish. It doesn't it's not really to me. It's fun without being, looking super duper childish.
Right, super duper goofy.
Yeah. And I'll throw a couple of pictures up so you can see them better. So I know you can't really, it's not going to focus all that well at this distance. And even if it does, at this distance, it's going to be probably too small for you to really see what we're talking about. So I'll throw a couple of stills up. But yeah, so the artwork was fun to look at. The mechanics, as we said, we both feel like within a couple of turns we knew the rules and how to do strategy.
Right. I
think this game has a limited amount of replayability. Only in the sense that with the same cards in an 18-card deck,
right?
You're going to get to a point, especially a player's going to get to a point where they're pretty much going to look at the hand and know exactly how that round's going to end for them.
Right, they're going to know what they're going to play how they're going to play out that hand.
Yeah, like Bobby Fischer at a chess table.
Yeah.
So in that respect, I'm not sure if replayability with the same people, with the same group, is going to be very high. But on the other hand, this all folds up. Now you just saw me take all the cards out, and they go right back in. Nice stack. Right in this case.
That's the rules.
That's the rules.
That's amazing.
Right there, you got the objective of the game. You got the setup of the game. These two are for the actual rules, how to play the game. And then down here you have winning the game. And that's really it. The back, if you have little, like we use bead counters. Here are little bead counters. You can keep track for each player of your 10s and your 1s, as your points score.
Yeah.
And it all folds up like this, which is really cool. You fold it, and tab A into slot B kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there you go. And there's the deck.
I mean, I do think you can get some replayability out of it. Like you said, I think you'll reach a limit. But games like this is a perfect traveling size.
Yeah.
Like, you could bring a few of these, easy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just have stuff to throw on the table and, enough of these, you could have something for everyone. And I think that's great. I mean, that's something I look for is small games that I can bring that give people options and somebody will find something they like, especially in a casual crowd. I
totally agree. And I'm not necessarily saying that something like this is a gateway game.
No.
But I don't know what you call it. It's a comfortable game for non-gamers.
Right.
You know, it might not get them into the hobby like you, me, or Alex are, but it's definitely going to be a comfortable game for people to play. And it is strictly a 2-player game.
Yes.
And there's another one we have coming up to do a review. We'll probably get to do that this weekend for International Tabletop Day.
Right.
Called Kingdom 18. So we'll give you a ones up on that also. But it's the same thing, same setup, same 18. You know, you have 18 cards in a box like this that folds in and has the rules on it. So these are really, really cool. 2 players, ages 12 and up. It's listed as. I totally see that. I mean, I could have been playing this game at 8, and I'm not trying to show off or anything, but that's when I started playing basic Dungeons and Dragons. And if you can play that game, I mean the original basic Dungeons and Dragons, when it was really its own game and its own system.
Yeah.
It wasn't get basic and then you learn how to play 4th edition, 5th edition. Yeah. No, it was its own. You know, if you could learn how to play that, you could definitely learn how to play this or teach someone. And it says 20 minutes. Our very first game out, having to learn the rules and play to 70 points throughout each of the, I don't know how many, maybe 5 or 6 rounds it took us.
Something like that.
Well, 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it was closer to 30 for us, but, you know, learning the game, that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
At 30 minutes for a game, that's great. 20, I can definitely see the more you play this game, the quicker it gets, so.
Oh, yeah. When Ryan's over, I'm going to have him sit down and play a game with you. Maybe I'll do a playthrough, and I guarantee it's not going to go 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Not with you already knowing how it goes, and Ryan picks things up like that.
Yeah.
So overall, first impressions, 20-sided shots, Itty Bitty Dungeon Delve, a game by Daniel Grech, Concrete Canoe, LLC. I like it. I definitely think this is a game. I don't know what the point is for this, the price point. It can't be that much, and whatever it is, it's worth it. $20, $25? I don't know. What do you say? 15?
Yeah.
I'm bad with price.
I mean, that ballpark. Cheap little, small, fun games that you can play with people, bring around with you. I mean, I'm always into that.
Yeah, so definitely very cool. First run through, and we'll try to get Ryan down. We'll have you guys do a playthrough, and it'll kind of be like Ryan's first impression with your extended full review.
Yeah, my
since you would have played it more through then. All right, so that's it. Look forward to Kingdom 18. That review is going to be coming up more than likely this weekend. Hope you guys are doing something interesting for International Tabletop Day 2018. We're gonna be living it up. We're gonna be partying like it's 1989 here. Board games. I actually do have a few board games almost in that time period. But anyway, for right now, my friends, I'm your buddy Big Johnny G, the Two Gun Pixie Possessed Legendary Gaming. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter. You love us here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you all for sharing. Once again, I'm your buddy Big Johnny G. With me is Alex, and we are